Base Cabba vs SSJ4 Gogeta has been a Dragon Ball debate that has absolutely taken the community by storm. A huge meme right now. Some of you wanted to make my own take on this topic, so I will. What's funny is that this hasn't been the first time that Cabba's been heavily debated about. As well back, there were a few fans that were putting him against Super Saiyan Gohan. Many fans that were blinded by nostalgia would pick Gohan. While we all love Gohan, especially the moment he became Super Saiyan 2, putting him against Cabba is just unfair. Especially when you take into account how absurd the scaling is for Dragon Ball Super. Without wasting any time, we'll be scaling not just base Cabba, but Super Saiyan 2 Cabba from the Terminator power, as well as SSJ4 Gogeta's power. I'll be sure to mention any noteworthy feats from either of the two. Today my homie Jordan, the GOAT, my friend, will be joining to explain Cabba. Thanks for him to joining, make sure to subscribe to him, and remember to subscribe to me going for 40k subscribers. To figure out how strong base Cabba is, we need to go all the way back to the Battle of Gods arc in Dragon Ball Super. Goku learns of Beerus, fights him, and absolutely gets destroyed. Goku tells King Kai that Beerus is so strong that it wouldn't even matter if he and Vegeta were to use fusion, and they would still lose. By fusion, he's obviously referring to the Potara, as that's the only canon fusion between Goku and Vegeta that existed. There was the fusion dance which Goten and Trunks used, but Goku and Vegeta never attempted that until the Broly movie. There are the Dragon Ball Z movies, but they aren't canon to Dragon Ball Z, especially Dragon Ball Super. The Dragon Ball Z movies take place in their own alternate dimensions. Goku never specifies if he's talking about Super Vegeta or Vegeta at full power, which should be a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Either way, it doesn't matter all that much, as a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta would be 8 times stronger than if he were to fight Beerus as a Super Saiyan. Goku would then go on to learn about Super Saiyan God, complete the God ritual, and gain the form Super Saiyan God. This time, Goku is completely confident in fighting against Beerus, despite being unconfident when fusion was at the table, which outright means that Super Saiyan God Goku is far above Super Vegeta. If you're still somehow unconvinced, as the battle progresses, Goku actually drops down from Super Saiyan God to a regular Super Saiyan, worrying his friends as they believe he got weaker. We quickly learn that that isn't the case and Goku actually got stronger, and that he absorbed this Super Saiyan God essence into his base form, and can now stack it with other transformations. That means that the current Super Saiyan Goku that is fighting Beerus is far more stronger than the Super Saiyan God Goku that was previously fighting Beerus. It gets even more nuts as it's actually implied that Goku becomes even stronger. Beerus goes on to provoke Goku and bring out his anger, asking him if he truly has the power of a god within him. Many fans could interpret this statement as Beerus saying Goku has gotten weaker, but it's the complete opposite. Goku still has got stronger, but Beerus is trying to provoke him into showing more power. Right after this, Goku breaks free from Beerus' hold and powers up even more, with Beerus saying that's it, and getting into a fighting stance, followed by Goku with an impressed smirk. Why would Beerus say that's it, if Goku is getting weaker? All the signs point to Goku getting even stronger, and we're later proven correct as Goku continues to fight Beerus. Even more evidence, Beerus uses even more power and attempts to destroy Goku and the Earth. Goku drops down from Super Saiyan to his regular form and is able to destroy Beerus' supernova that was going to wipe out the Earth. Finally, Beerus tells Goku that he's perfected the power of Super Saiyan God and completely made it his own. So yeah, Goku got far stronger than just the initial Super Saiyan God absorbed state that fans like to reference. For more simpler and straightforward scale, Base Goku, end of episode 14, of SSJ Goku, post-God absorption, over, way above, exactly, Super Saiyan God Goku from episode 9, way over hypothetical SSJ3 Vegeta. And of course, I don't think I need to specify that this fight showcased universal feats for Goku as a fighter. By just clashing with Beerus, he threatened to destroy the universe, and the narrator even confirms this. You could arguably scale this higher to multiversal, as the Dragon Ball universe is a macrocosm, but that would also need another video to explain. For simplicity's sake, just remember that Super Saiyan God Goku is universal. After this, we get into the Resurrection of F arc. Vegeta trains for 6 months, and it's implied that he's attained Super Saiyan God here. As Goku states, he may have actually surpassed him. Goku would join Vegeta and train with Whis to get a better grasp on ki control, training within his staff, getting that first glimpse of Super Saiyan Blue, and eventually unlocking it. Super Saiyan Blue is literally 50 times stronger than Super Saiyan God, as it's essentially what happens when a Super Saiyan God transforms into a Super Saiyan, which Super Saiyan is a 50 times multiplier from the base form. Now, introducing Jordan to go over the rest of Cabba's scaling. Hope you enjoy.
Now, with all that being said, you're probably wondering, how does this end this way to Cabba? Well, thank you for your patience because I'll get into that right now. We get introduced to Cabba in the Universe 6 Tournament arc, which takes place right after the Resurrection F arc. Goku and Vegeta at this point in the story are completely equal, and Vegeta will go on to fight Cabba. They start off their battle in base, and Vegeta states outright, he's good, looks like we're evenly matched in normal form. This statement is pretty simple, but a lot of fans dislike it, and I can sort of understand why. But the set of Vegeta was just lying, or just trying to make Cabba feel better is false. First off, it's pretty clear that Vegeta is talking to himself. Why would he lie to himself in his own head? Even if he was saying it out loud, again, he would have no reason to lie to Cabba. But sure, since the anime and manga aren't directly correlated, we could pass up on that. Fans also like to use the claim of Vegeta was smiling and undamaged whilst Cabba was scratched. How could they be equal in base if Vegeta was unwounded? We need to remember that although they are equal, Vegeta is far above Cabba as a warrior. He absolutely gassed him in battle IQ, experience, and even fighting ability. Cabba was in free fall, pouring his attacks, which made him further waste energy and stamina whilst fighting Vegeta, who was definitely the smarter fighter in this instance, almost funneling his attacks and conserving his stamina. And with that being said, whether you like it or not, base Cabba from the Universe 6 arc is equal to base Vegeta. But how does this relate to the previous scale? Well, if Goku and Vegeta were equal at the time, and had gotten stronger than the Resurrection F cells, this would also mean that base Cabba is above them. Or in power scaling terms, base Cabba from the Universe 6 tournament being equal to base Vegeta in the Universe 6 tournament, with that base Vegeta being above his former self in the Resurrection F arc in base, but that version of himself also being equal to Goku, who was above his Super Saiyan God form from the Battle of Gods arc, with that form being above the initial Super Saiyan God Goku. Quite a mouthful, but you get the point. That same Super Saiyan God Goku, who was threatening to destroy the entire Dragon Ball macrocosm, absorbed that power into base and stacked it with Super Saiyan, will get curb stomped by base Cabba. Again, it sounds crazy, but that's just the way that it is when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. Mind you, this is nowhere near Cabba's peak in terms of power. Vegeta would then later threaten Cabba's family and planet Sadala, which would trigger the Super Saiyan transformation, which means that same Cabba that's above Super Saiyan God Goku from the Battle of Gods arc would get 50 times stronger. He'd actually push Super Saiyan Vegeta back a bit, but of course he's holding back and one-shots him with Super Saiyan Blue. We don't see Cabba again to the tournament of power, and he's gotten far stronger. He recruits Kale Khalifa to join Universe 6's team, and also teaches Khalifa how to turn into a Super Saiyan, which I'll touch upon shortly. What's interesting is that base Khalifa is far stronger than Cabba, and forces him to actually require Super Saiyan in order to defeat her. However, as I said, Cabba gets far stronger than the Tournament of Power. Cabba not only unlocks Super Saiyan 2 during the Tournament of Power, but actually faces off against Frieza, and Khalifa does as well after Cabba fights him. We'll compare both fights so you can understand just how much stronger Cabba got. To start out the fight, Cabba gets enraged and immediately transforms into Super Saiyan 2, firing off his own version of Gallic Gun. Keep in mind that Frieza is in base and the attack hits him, but as the smoke settles, it revealed that he was forced into his golden Frieza form. Frieza then proceeds to watch Super Saiyan 2 Cabba and eliminate him from the Tournament of Power. Now on the other hand, when Khalifa faces Frieza, Khalifa gets enraged as she learns that Frieza eliminated Cabba and prepares to fire a blast at Super Saiyan 2 at Frieza. But notice how Frieza is laughing and is still in base. He isn't worried in the slightest. If you still don't understand, then it's simple. Super Saiyan 2 Cabba pushed Frieza to use his golden form, while Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa was a joke to him. Why else would Frieza transform into this golden form? I guess you could argue that it's used to flex, but Frieza doesn't fight like that. What I mean is, he hates having to exert more power than necessary to defeat his opponents, especially Saiyans who he loathes. You use the Broly movement as an example. Base Frieza gets absolutely wrecked by Super Saiyan Broly and is forced to use his golden form, which he's angry at. Even the Namek saga where Frieza had to continuously use form after form until he was eventually pushed to use his final form. Whether this implies Super Saiyan 2 Cabba is above base Frieza is honestly up to you. But just know that Frieza saw the blast coming and would have sensed the power and immediately made the decision to enter this golden form. Cabba also displays better control over Super Saiyan 2, whereas Khalifa needed Goku to mentor her into learning it better. But other than that, we don't know how exactly strong Cabba got, whereas in the Universe 6 arc, it's pretty clear. If you use what was shown in the narrative then, Super Saiyan 2 Cabba would be above base Frieza, with base Frieza being above Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa, with that Khalifa being above Super Saiyan Cabba, which is over base Khalifa, which is over base Cabba. But as I said, it's up to you. Just know that Cabba went from getting 50 times stronger to 100 times stronger, as the Super Saiyan 2 multiplier is that of 100 times. Cabba would easily be universal level due to being above Super Saiyan God Goku, and at a low ball he got 100 times stronger, but it honestly could be way higher. I'm just low balling to keep it safe, and because as I said, it's hard to quantify how much stronger he actually got. But other than that, Cabba is more or less covered. We can now move on to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who is a lot more complicated to scale.
Before we actually go over Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's power, we need to dial back a bit. Right at the beginning of GT, to make you understand why the series is not only underrated but far stronger than you think, I'll be releasing a full breakdown of GT Goku and his feats, but for now, just bear with me. Goku at the start of GT gets turned into a kid, which would make most fans believe that Goku actually became weaker, but this is far from the truth. The only thing that Goku now lacks is proper stamina and control of instant transmission, however he still retains the strength he had in his adult body. We see Goku go against General Rodo, and we get the famous statement of Goku saying General Rodo's power is even greater than Boo's. Now, which version of Boo is Goku talking about? Fat Boo, Super Boo, Buuhan? Neither. I'd be more inclined to believe that Goku was referring to Kid Boo, but if you think it's Buuhan, that's also fine. Either way, both Boos have showcased feats in the Dragon Ball Z anime that scale up to Universal, and Goku is saying that General Rodo's power is greater than either Boo's. Goku then proceeds to absolutely destroy General Rildo in base, and only starts to crank the heat up once Rildo grows stronger. But either way, base GT Goku over General Rildo over Kid Buu or Buuhan, whichever one you prefer. Mind you, this is the first arc of Dragon Ball GT. It took Goku gaining a new form and then absorbing that new form to finally surpass Kid Buu in base, whereas GT Goku was already that strong at the start of the series. Goku then goes on to get many times stronger. I won't throw an exact number on it because, as I said, scaling and quantifying GT's powers of Earth can be quite confusing and complex. But now we get to the topic at hand. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It's the fusion between Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta after they run out of options to defeat Omega Shenron, who became 10 times stronger than his initial base form. While this seems like a minimal power increase, you need to remember that there were numerous statements for Omega Shenron being capable of destroying the universe prior to absorbing the Dragon Balls. That same Omega Shenron would then absorb the Dragon Balls and get 10 times stronger on top of that already universal destroying power. He would also be massively stronger than Black Smoke Shenron, who is directly said to have enough power to destroy the universe. You could honestly scale SSJ4 Gogeta or Omega Shenron higher, such as low multiversal, but there's really no need for that. All you need to know is that both fighters are in universal tier level of power. But getting back to Gogeta, he's so strong that he not only states he needs one finger to defeat Omega Shenron, but the GT Perfect files state that in terms of strength, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is dozens of times stronger than a single Super Saiyan 4. This made many fans believe that SSJ4 Gogeta was only 24 to 96 times stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but this is false. It's more likely that the multiplier is far higher, as fusion is terms of multiplier was still AXB, as Dragon Ball GT was made before Super, which includes the Potara and the fusion retcon. So, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is essentially Super Saiyan 4 Goku's power multiplied with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's power, and for a better explanation on fusion and its multiplier, check out my Potara vs Fusion video. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta then goes on to absolutely destroy Omega Shenron and even kick back the minus energy ball that Omega Shenron created to destroy Gogeta with, and the universe. And he then purifies it with his own power on that very same kick as well. Well, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta did defuse against Omega Shenron. It was due to the amount of power they used. He dominated him throughout the entire fight, and if he didn't mess around, he would have absolutely destroyed him. But this isn't all. It's actually implied that the Dragon Ball Z movies are canon to Dragon Ball GT. This is because of the fact that during the Super 17 arc, various enemies from Hell break out and invade the living world, and we see past opponents such as Cooler. But there's also far more evidence as Goku uses Dragon Fist, which was a move that was only used in movie 13 to defeat Hiritagan. President Trunks has Tapion Sword, the Cooler cameo as I previously mentioned, and Vegeta already being knowledgeable on Fusion Dance and getting it right the first time with Goku. While this you could argue that Vegeta knows about it due to Goten and Trunks, how would he be able to get it right without messing up, assuming this is his first time? Or you could argue it's for the sake of plot, it would make more sense for Vegeta to get it right because he already failed twice with Goku in the movies and got it right on the third try. Because in the Broly movie, he kept failing with Goku, so it wouldn't make sense if he had done this for the first time already. But if we take the movies into consideration, this would scale Gogeta even higher. Movie Goku has feats that are far above his DBZ counterpart, such as shaking the afterlife by powering up into Super Saiyan 3, lighting up Hell as Super Gogeta, one-shotting Broly with the combined ki of Trunks, Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo with that same Broly destroying a galaxy in seconds. So who wins? Base Cabba or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Well, it's Gogeta, but it depends. If we're strictly using base Cabba vs Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like most of the memes online portray, then Gogeta would take it. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's feats and hacks are just far better than what Cabba has to offer. It's the combined fusion of Goku and Vegeta with all their experience, techniques, and power multiplied exponentially. Even if Cabba is above God Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is far above SSJ4 Goku, who's often compared to being similar in power to God Goku from the Battle of Gods. This Gogeta is dozens of times stronger than a regular Super Saiyan 4 and has showcased universal feats that could be scaled even higher to multiversal. Now, if it's Super Saiyan 2 Cabba versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, this Cabba is far stronger, and depending on how you interpret it, has the feat of pushing base Frieza to use his golden form. The same golden Frieza that was initially equal to Super Saiyan Blue Goku prior to the terminal power. Though, like I said, this feat is iffy. You could argue that Frieza just wanted to embarrass and humiliate Cabba, or he showed no visible signs of frustration when he transformed like he did against Broly. The only way I could see Cabba having a chance, let alone winning, is if we use Super Saiyan 2 Terminal Power Cabba and consider the feat of pushing base Frieza to Golden to be true. But but even then it's still hard to say whether or not Cabba was actually stronger than base Frieza, and even if he is, we don't know by how much. And like I said, the feat is iffy, as you honestly have to interpret it one way or another, but even then you still have to use the movie scaling for GT, which would buff Gogeta even more, as the movie scaling is just absurd. He gets access to attacks like Dragon Fist, which arguably have a multiplier, as base GT Goku using Dragon Fist was able to destroy Super Saiyan, or the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Majub, Gohan and other fighters could do nothing against him. So to conclude, it really depends on which version of Cabba we are talking about and how much you want to nerf Gogeta, but either way, I'm pretty confident in the fact that Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 is stronger than Cabba. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. This was a fun topic to discuss anyway, and I hope more matchups like these blow up on the internet so we could just keep talking about them. With that being said, thank you for watching, thanks for Jordan to joining, I'll be sure to see you in the next video.